Bonjour, hi everyone. Welcome to this session. Jawad and I are happy to introduce ourselves. We'll be starting. I'm Judith Mayela. I won't be showing my face today, but my colleague and student will. So I'm Judith Mayela, the students counselor at MBS. I've been working at the school for more than 5 years now, and I'm also an alumni of the school. I graduated from the Master in Management in 2015. So today I have a very special guest. We'll be together for approximately 20 minutes of presentation, and also a question and answer at the end of the session. So feel free to use the chat. If you have any questions, please don't be shy. So Jawad, first of all, thank you for being here with showing your face, and I'm happy to see it because you look great. Would you please introduce yourself and please unmute your microphone so that we can hear you? Thank you so much.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Judith. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you, everyone. I am here. I'm a student at MBS, finally. It took some time to be here. However, I'm really happy to be here. I'm an architect. I studied architecture in Lebanon. I worked for 5 years, and now I'm pursuing an MSc, Master's 2, in Supply Chain Management at Montpellier, and this is my first semester here.
Thank you so much, and we're happy to see you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Judith.
We're going to cover several topics today. The idea is to understand how to choose your business school in France. So you have many French schools today from different fields, and we are a business school, one of the oldest in France, born in 1897. So celebrating 125 years anniversary. So what we're going to cover today is, well, first of all, we are going to ask ourselves, why studying business? Why are you here today? Why are you attending this session? Also, what kind of topics you're going to learn and how to do your research, how to find out about the business school that you're going to do. Consider the location. Of course, you have many cities in France. You have a lot of choices and how to make your choice. Also, how to research a school and consider the different programs and advantages that you have. You're going to look into the details of the program of your interest. And then, of course, we're going to check the admission requirements. So first of all, it's important to ask ourselves, why are we going to pursue business studies? So you have many choices in life, and you have choices of choosing the path that you wish for your career. Some will go for engineering, some will go for architecture, some will go for business, etc. So you have to wonder, why are you going for business? Jawad, so you mentioned that you're an architect. Why did you decide to go for business then?
Okay, well, as I worked in architecture, like you have to deal with business every day, whether you're an architect, whether you're an accountant, whether you are doing whatever you want, especially if you have some ambitions for later on. If you want to have your own business or your own company, you need to manage every single detail in every company. And that's why I took the decision to enrich my background with business. So basically, that's why I chose to enroll in the business management.
Thank you so much. So yes, it's important. And of course, business, we can see in it fields, even if you want to, like Jawad said, launch your own business, it's important for you to consider that you need some background, some tools to be able to launch a business. So it's important to ask yourself, first of all, why you're considering business studies. Is it to progress in your career? Is it because it's a job requirement? Is it because you want to learn more? It has to fit your own goals. Also, you're going to wonder what to learn, what kind of business topics you're going to go for, and how. First of all, what kind of topics are you going to see in business school? For instance, you're going to see quantitative topics such as finance, accounting, controlling management, but also qualitative topics such as communication, marketing, selling techniques, supply chain. I mean, you're going to see different topics that you're going to study. You're going to learn what we call hard skills, so the skills that I mentioned before, but also soft skills like creativity, communication, presenting, working in teams. You're also going to learn by doing some different group projects that you're going to have, academic projects, and the idea is really for you to get ready for the professional world. Jawad, can you tell us about your favorite topic you have? For instance, you started a few weeks ago now. Do you have a favorite topics that you have so far? Can you tell us why?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm interested actually, and I'm happy that I'm taking some courses related to innovation and to entrepreneurship and operations. Because I think like in order for you to grow, you need to be like also standing up in front of many people, showing your point of view, showing what you're thinking of, your innovation vision. And I think to have this place and to have this time to show your ideas, it's very important. So I think for me personally, I'm really glad that I had this chance to show it.
Thank you. So also when you're considering to go for a business school in France, you have to do your own research. It's a big project that you're considering here. You're considering to invest a lot of time, but also a lot of money. Of course, you will have a return on investment, but first of all, you have to do your own research. So how to do it? You have to ask counselors. Well, you have many counselors at different schools, for instance, we are, but also to people who know you, for instance, what do they see you doing? For instance, do you recommend me to go for business, or what do you recommend me to do? They know you best. Also, you have to ask student ambassador. For instance, Jawad is one of those. And we have students from different countries as well. You can ask them what's about their experience, why did they go for business, why did they go for MBS, but also why did they go for France? I mean, you have several questions that you have on your mind for sure before going for this big step, and you have to ask them. Also, you can contact former students. You can find them through us, but also on LinkedIn. I'm sure you know how to use it. And also, you can do your online research website of the school, but also rankings that are quite official, like the FT or QS or several rankings as well. You can ask Campus France as well for opinion about the schools, LinkedIn, and check the accreditations. You'll see that MBS, for instance, is one, like I said, one of the oldest schools of France in management and also in Europe. And it has what we call accreditations, which is like the stars in the hospitality field, but here it's in the education sector, that enables us to be highly ranked at an international and national scale. We also part of what we call the CGE, the Conference des Grandes Écoles, which is like, I would say, the Ivy League for the US, but in France. Also, what's important for you when you do your own research is to attend information session and to be able to ask all your questions before you go for the school of your choice. So Jawad, can you tell us, how did you find MBS? How did you end up here, if I can say that?
Yeah, for sure. Personally, I did a lot of research before I came here in order to choose the right college for me to pursue my master's in. I applied for many colleges. However, from my point of view, I wanted a college, a university, and a business school that's reputable, that has more than one accreditation, because I was looking forward for the next step in the future also to have this strong background that I'm graduating from a strong university, and that allowed me to have more opportunities. So MBS, I think for me, was one of the most convincing choices for me. And when I applied, I was serious about it and I knew what I was going to do. And when I came here, I mean, with every day that's going and that's passing, I know I took the right decision actually.
Thank you
So
so much.
basically,
We're
for
happy
me,
to
it's
have you.
the double accreditation. It is the environment that the MBS offers also, and the professionalism.
Okay, thank you so much. So, of course, you have to look at the school, the programs that we have, the different things that you want to learn as well. But also, first of all, you have to wonder where to go. The word is your playground, like you, as you know. And here we're going to talk about France. So you here on an event talking about France with a lot of French schools. Why considering France? So you have here several reasons if you're not convinced yet, of course. So the quality of higher education in France is highly known, not only in France, but also at an international scale. You'll see that France is a world-class economic power. It's a pleasant, fulfilling living environment. The French language, of course, even if you don't speak French, you can manage to speak French. You'll see that at MBS, for instance, we offer French courses all along the year. And especially at the beginning during the induction week, you have what we call intensive classes of French. And also France is a very appealing destination for international students. We have students not only from French-speaking countries, but also countries where they don't speak French, who choose to come to France because of all those reasons, which makes it a very vibrant country where you have a lot of cultures mixed. Jawad, can you tell us why you chose France and what do you like about it?
Yeah, for sure. Basically, I chose France because I know how to talk first a little bit of French. I was in a school that Lebanon is a francophone country, first of all, and I was at a school where I learned French. However, like coming here, I noticed that there are many other colleagues who don't speak French. So basically, we started teaching each other, especially some people from Vietnam, China, and Malaysia, that we shared our knowledge about French, and they started talking actually from a few weeks till now.
Nice.
France for me is a good opportunity. It's close to everywhere. It's in Europe. It's close to all the countries. It offers a lot of services such as the Sécurité Sociale, such as the CAF, such as the services which every student needs. So that's why basically you have to choose a school or in even a country that offers you services for you as a student, because that's for me it's very important.
Thank you so much.
In addition to also the medical sector and the insurances.
Yes, indeed. I will mention that as well. So it's good that you mentioned. Thank you so much. So in addition to what Jawad said before, you have to know that France and well, MBS, but France in general as a country offers several options for you guys. So you have what we call a stay back option for master's graduates, depending on the school you go to, but you have to know that at MBS, once you graduate from a master degree, you have what we call the stay back option, where you can stay up to 1 year after you graduate to look for a job. Also, we offer scholarship at MBS. Those are partial scholarship, up to 2,000 euros deducted on your tuition fees, depending on admission results. Now I mentioned about the medical field, the free social security. So we are still in a very, well, weird period about etc., even if we're getting there. And it's important to know that in France, you have the free social security. So if you go to the doctor, etc., it can be a free consultation. Jawad mentioned the CAF, which is a financial housing allowance given to all students for students from France, but also from abroad. So you guys, you have the benefit to have an amount of money granted on your rent. So if your rent is, for instance, 500, you can have up to 180 euros deducted from your rent. Those are advantages for international and national students that you should consider. Like I said, the possibility to stay up to 1 year, the stay back option, the scholarship, the free social security, and the CAF, which is the financial housing allowance. So also you have to consider after France, several cities are available in France, and it's a country that have very nice student cities. Usually we recommend students to go for student cities because, well, there is a nice atmosphere, vibrant, dynamic. And we're going to talk about Montpellier, one of the best student cities, not us saying it, but also the rankings. So Montpellier is the name of the city, and it's also the name of the school. It's ideally located in the south of France, as you can see on the short map here. It's near Spain, 3 hours from Spain, 3 hours from Italy by train. It's cheaper than Paris, up to 40% cheaper, and also has very international students atmosphere and very friendly. Also, the weather is quite nice, which is not something that we should exclude. And here you have an estimate of the budget. So can you tell us, what do you like about Montpellier? What would you recommend in Montpellier for students?
Well, for me, if you're a fan of the beach and going to the beach, because I personally lived next to the beach all my life, I chose Montpellier. That's a main reason to choose it. The weather also, like today it's raining. However, it's one
Yes.
of the few days that started raining. However, you have the typical summer weather. When it comes to summer, you can go wherever you want. There are lots of activities in Montpellier. There are also many places to meet new people, international places for meeting others, which I like personally because I'm open to meeting anyone. That's also like coming here as a new student or as an international, and looking forward to experience every single activity in Montpellier. So my character also is I adapted fast. Let's say I adapted fast when I was in Montpellier because everything was easy. And as you mentioned, Judith, based on the room studios, transportation is pretty easy to go and anywhere you want through trams. You have to just wait for like 5 minutes in order to get anywhere you want.
Thank you so much. So now we're going to look, after we spoke about the country, well, France, we spoke about Montpellier, we spoke about how to choose a business school. You also have to look into the details of the programs that we have, that the school has, depending on your project. So you have to know that we have a bachelor, which is post-high school in 3 years. We also have a master in management, sorry, I forgot an A here, in 2 or 3 years, and a master of science in 1 or 2 years. So first of all, I'm going to the bachelor program. So very briefly, you have to know that we have the bachelor in 3 years after high school graduate. We also have, after a 3-year bachelor, the possibility to do a master in management or a master of science. And after a 4-year bachelor, you have the possibility to do a master in management and a master of science. I know it's a lot of information. So if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out, and also we'll be able to have a private counseling at the after we finish the session, no problem. So the bachelor program, it's a 3-year program. We have the learning by doing method, meaning that you will be also doing some group projects, personal projects. That is that you really understand what you're going to be taught here. You have the possibility to go on exchange programs, the possibility to do internship each year, and also different tracks available, international, global, and North America. Depending on the track that you choose, you will have the possibility to study in French or English, or French and English, and to go abroad or to stay in Montpellier, depending on what you are expecting. So the program is a 3-year program. Like I said before, you have the possibility to be in Montpellier, but also to be abroad, to work and study at the same time through the apprenticeship if you speak French. And tuition fees are up from 9,700 a year, euros. So regarding the requirements for admission, you have to know that, first of all, it's application online with resume, transcript of 3 last years of studies and previous higher degree, which will be high school, usually for bachelor students. Then you have a reasoning test online, an English test online, and a final interview. You will see that most of the steps for admissions are quite the same depending on the program. Then you have the master in management, which is learning by doing method. It's a general management program. It's a program that I graduated from a few years ago. You also have the possibility to go on exchange program and the possibility to do internships each year. So here, if you have a 2-year of higher education minimum, you can do the MIM in 3 years. 3 years of higher education minimum, you can do the MIM in 2 years. And in this program, you have the possibility to the first year study topics of management. Like I said before, quantitative topics such as accounting, finance, controlling management, but also topics related to qualitative like marketing. You have sales, communication skills, etc. So the idea here is to really give you a strong background in management and to also do a lot of group works. And here you have the tuition fees. So 13,500 first year if you do the MIM in 3 years, and the 2 last years are 13,000. What's important to note here is that you have the possibility to do what we call apprenticeship, which is an option open to students who speak French fluently, which can be the case of some of you guys, to work and study at the same time, to work for a company. So the company would cover for you tuition fees. For the admissions requirement, like for the bachelor, but a higher level, so application online, reasoning test online, and English test online, and at the end, an interview online as well. Then I'm going to talk about the Master of Science, and Jawal will be able to share his experience as well. So you have to know that the bachelor, the MSc, sorry, is a 1-year MSc for those who have a 4-year bachelor already, and it's a 2-year MSc for those who have a 3-year bachelor. So depends on your study level. If you studied before a bachelor of 3 years, the idea is to get to a master in 5 years, which is why you have 2-year MSc. And if you already completed 4 years of bachelor, you have 1 year only. And here you have the tuition fees that are here, 25,000 2-year program and 16,000 for a 1-year program. So you have to know that you have several families of Masters of Science, some in finance, some in marketing, some in business and strategy, and some in management. Jawad is in the one in supply chain, so he'll be able to share about his own experience on the supply chain management. But basically, the structure of the program is the same for most of the programs. So you start in September until May, approximately, you'll be in class. Then you have 4 to 6 months of professional experience. During those programs, you will have what we call a thesis to write at the end of the program. You have an internship to complete, and you have a lot of group projects that you have to complete, such as consulting projects, entrepreneurial projects. So here, depending on the project that you have, we'll be able to guide you. And this is what we do apart from the session. Of course, we cannot do it here. Jawad, would you like to tell us about the MSc Supply Chain Management? What do you like, and what kind of topics do you study?
Yeah, for sure. For example, in supply chain, we have a lot of courses to take, such as the operations of supply chain management, the strategies. We have a lot of variety when it comes to this program. Personally, I chose it because it's relevant to what I used to do. However, you have to deal with the suppliers, you have to deal with the contractors, you have to deal with the industries, the manufacturer. It's a whole chain that's coming together. It's a chain that is really interesting when it comes to this subject. It's how you take a product from A to Z, how you manufacture it, how you take it from one step to another, to even like market it, and at the end to distribute it to the retails, and also to know that if this product, how you're gonna profit from it, how the revenues are coming from this product, how this product is benefit or available. And when you have a crisis such as COVID, of what happened, and other crises, how are you going to be able to always distribute this product that the people need? And in order to do that, to do all these steps, you have to go into the strategies of how to know how, and you have to organize. If you have like the organization skills and the managerial skills, I really recommend that you go with this program. It depends on each person. However, if you have the curiosity to know everything, how it works, I would definitely recommend supply chain management.
Thank you so much. And how did you end up choosing this program? Being an architect, how did you make your choice?
Yeah, exactly. Well, being an architect, I didn't just like used to create buildings. I was on the site. I was with the workers on the site, and while having the building go from zero to up, while even giving the keys for the people to go in and to live in this building. However, for me, this is a product also, a product that you start innovating, a product that you start going from one phase to another in order to get somewhere. And the thing in this product is that you have to work with different parties, which I mean like from consultants, from the clients, from the everyone, the contractors, the suppliers, where you would get your materials from. So this chain, I believe that it is always present in whatever major you studied. For me,
Okay.
although that some people would think that they don't relate, for me as an architect, they relate big time. And it also helps for the next step for me to know how to manage my work more and more in a different way and in different perspective based on like scientific facts that I'm starting to know right now, day by day.
Thank you. So now we're going to talk about the admission requirement for the MSc, and Jawad, maybe if you can prepare a few tips for students, if you remember about the admission steps. So first of all, you have the application where we ask for your resume, cover letter, so the statement of purpose, the transcript of the 3 last years of studies and a higher degree. Then we're going to ask for an English test online, or if you have the IELTS or TOEIC, we can take it. But if you don't have, you'll be taking a free English test online. And finally, the interview, which will be with one of the professors at NBS. So Jawad, do you remember about the admissions? It's a few months now, I think. Can you give a few tips to our students here?
Yes. First of all, I just have to say before talking about these steps, I advise anyone if they want to get out of their comfort zone and to start a new challenge, this is the right place to be. However, for the documents, Of course, the resume, you have to prepare it. You have to send a cover letter for why are you willing to apply for this university, what are your ambitions, etc. You have to have also your last graduation and last studies form, which are official from your other schools. Also, you have to have an interview with the main responsible for the department you are going to choose. For me, I did the interview while I was back in my home country, and based on the interview, I got 1,000 euros as scholarship uh, because of the answers that I provided. So basically, if you want something and you want to do it, just prepare for it. You're going to be all right. These are a few steps in order to come for the bigger one.
Thank you so much. So we are done with the presentation. Thank you so much, Jawad, for sharing your experience. Do you have a final tip that you would like to give to our students here? They were in your shoes. Well, you were in their shoes actually a few weeks and months ago. What would you recommend them before choosing a French school?
Well, I would recommend as MBS and as a person who was already working and who was already in his comfort zone, taking the step coming here, I didn't regret anything. In fact, I'm happy to take this decision because every day is passing and I'm learning a lot new things and I'm looking forward to another experience, to another challenge after I graduate. My advice is that you just have to pursue what you like, just go after what you want, and you'll get there. And I'm available for any questions if anyone has questions to ask me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jawad, and thank you everyone for attending. Yeah, we are done with the presentation. You have our email on the presentation here, apply to at montpellier-bs.com. I will be the one answering those emails, so feel free to reach out if you have any questions. And if you have any questions here, please feel free to use the chat if you want to ask. Don't be shy, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't seem to have any questions. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending, and take care. Au revoir. Thank you, Jawad.